like, really? We got nominated for something, and they were like, yeah, you're in the nomination. We were like, whoa.
You're listening to Anna Louise here on Fun Kids, and I have some very exciting guests with me here in the studio. I have Max and Harvey. Hi, guys.
Hello. Hi.
How are you doing this morning?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Thank you? Really good, thank you. Really excited to have you here. Now, you have 3 million fans on Musical.ly.
Yeah. Yes.
And just under 200,000 subscribers on YouTube. How did that feel when it started to take off for you and you started building this fan base?
Well, when it first started, it was just so unexpected. Like, we started on Musical.ly just kind of for fun. Then we started with our joint account, and then it just kind of exploded from there. And there was a massive period of time when we were just like, what is happening? We had no idea. And now we've kind of controlled that. And kind of we have a fan base now, and we're working with that to now take our careers further on and do some music-based things as well as just social media.
Wow. And was it a huge shock for you as well, Max?
Yeah, it was definitely shocking to especially see when we went out just casually to either go shopping or do whatever. We got approached by people, and at first we were just like, why are these people walking up to us? We're not special or anything, but they just wanted to take pictures and stuff, and we were like, wow, that's very different to what it used to be. We used to be able to walk around with no one even noticing us there, so it's definitely very different.
Wow. And before you did Musical.ly and YouTube, you did a lot of TV shows and you did a West End show as well.
Yeah, I mean, we used to have agents for London, so I did Priscilla in the Palace on the West End when I was about 7 and 8, I think. And we did that for quite a long time, and we thought we'd kind of do that for quite a while and then take our music career, but then this whole social media thing happened, and now we're doing what we're doing now, which in some ways could actually be a better way of doing it, but we're yet to find out. So, and yeah, we did stuff like, well, I did a couple of adverts, and then we did the Sound of Music UK tour, which was the most recent thing that we did, which we did for about 8 months, I think. Yeah, 8 months.
Wow, that must have been great fun. But do you think any of that prepared you for the online success? Do you think doing the TV shows and the adverts and the musicals, do you think that was any preparation?
I think the stage presence with the Sound of Music definitely helped us with probably confidence on stage and how to move around on the stage and stuff like that, without us even realising, because we had no clue while we were doing the Sound of Music that we'd go on to do anything like this. It was just kind of like we could go on to do anything after this, so it just kind of happened.
And let's take it back now to the beginning. So when did you guys actually start singing together?
We've been singing since we could, since we were about 2, but when we first started singing together was probably actually in the car with our dad when we were about 7. And we just kind of started singing with him. He did he harmonized and stuff with us, and then we kind of imitated that. And then we just kind of able to do that by ourselves now. And we just literally pick it out within seconds and kind of do that together. So yeah, we kind of just enjoy doing that anyway because it's just fun.
Do you get quite competitive over finding the harmony and who finds it first?
No, not really. The majority of the time, I think Harvey does do the harmony, but if there is a certain song that he goes, I'd like to sing the melody for this, I will pretty much as quickly get the harmony. It is weird how we thought it was just something everyone could do, but then when we heard people saying, how did you get that harmony so fast, we were just kind of like, I don't know. It's just a thing that came straight to our heads, so...
And working together as twin brothers, do you ever fight?
Never fight.
No,
I wouldn't say fight.
Yeah.
There are a few like arguments over
small
silly things.
Yeah.
But never proper fights. No.
And are you on the same on the same kind of wave with who you like musically and sort of artists and the sound that you want to create? Are you very much on the same kind of vision and the same kind of wavelength?
Yeah, I'd say so. We both kind of want to make the same kind of music. We both definitely have very, different ideas towards songs, but we all together have the same idea for songs and stuff like that.
That's cool. And when you're making videos and you're recording, where does school fit into all of this?
Well, when we're at school and things like that, we often just try to, not in a bad way or anything, but just forget that all this kind of goes on and just kind of get on with school as if we're just kind of still normal kids that don't do any of this kind of thing. Because we are still normal kids at the end of the day.
No, we're not.
Well, other than the fact that we have, yeah. Anyway, we won't go into that. But yeah, we try and be as normal as we possibly can when we're at school and things like that. And then when we do things like this, we do focus very much on that. And it kind of, it's like two completely different lives, but we try to keep it as normal as we possibly can.
Definitely. And talking of keeping it normal, what do you guys do to chill out together when you're not thinking about the next video?
I actually recently, so our little brother used to constantly go on the Xbox and stuff, and we never had an interest in that. But recently I've actually kind of picked up on doing that because he goes to a boarding school now, so he doesn't use it as much. So I guess that's kind of the thing I do, or we go outside and like play basketball. Or
while he's on the Xbox, I'm just drumming in front of him because there's a TV, then there's the drum kit, then there's him. So I'm in between him. He's like, Harvey, get out the way. I'm like, no, I'm drumming while I'm doing this. And so that's basically what goes on.
And you were nominated for an award recently, weren't you? I mean, how did that feel?
That was amazing. We never, especially this soon, thought that we would get nominated for an award, especially in a different country, because there's so many other people that you'd think would be nominated, but to choose us, we were just like, really? We got nominated for something, and they were like, yeah, you're in the nomination. We were like, whoa, yes, to even be nominated for it, but it was really exciting.
And it's for Muser of the Year 2017?
Yes, I believe so, yeah.
So how are you going to prepare? Do you get nervous for that kind of event?
I don't know, because we're soon finding out whether we got into the shortlist. So I think there was 12 nominees, and then there's a shortlist of 6 of the nominees go to the actual awards
to be
thing.
Chosen from.
Yeah. So even if we just got into that 6 would just be amazing. But yeah, we just don't know what to do, really. We've never been in this kind of circumstance before, so it would be cool.
That's amazing. And what do you think you want to do next? So now you've got your YouTube fan base, you've got your Musical.ly fan base. What do you want to go on and do for the rest of this year?
Well, what we're trying to, this year especially, we're now not going away from social media, but trying to build our actual music career as much as we possibly can, because at the end of the day, that is what we want to be. We want to be musicians and have our own songs and things like that. So we are focusing on that very much this year, but also trying to keep up on social media as well. So yeah.
That sounds brilliant. And we know what Musical.ly is, but for those who are listening who actually have no idea what it is and how they can get it, what kind of advice have you got for them?
I'd say we've said this along the way to every single person that asks us, and it may, so we currently have lose a lot of time towards writing songs and stuff like that, and it doesn't look like we do it anymore. But at the start, to build it, we were very creative with our Musical.lys and just put all the time we had into a Musical.ly to make it as best as we possibly could. And just to be creative is definitely the best thing to do. Just make it different from everyone else, make it stand out so the people that run the app see it, that they can feature it, and it's just the way to do it, basically. That definitely helped us.
And for those who don't know how or have any idea of what it is, can you give us a short summary and kind of explain what it is?
Well, it's basically an app where you can do loads of different things. So you can lip sync, you can sing yourself, you can do dancing, you can even do comedy skits of your own. You can either make your own or do other people's ones that have been previously recorded. And it's just a great way of expressing yourself. No matter who you are, no matter what you do, you can use it, and it is a great way to kind of get yourself out there.
Definitely. What's been your favourite cover that you've done so far?
There's quite a few.
Probably the most fun one to do on stage that we have done so far. We've got a lot of new ones that we're going to bring out soon, but the most fun one at the moment is Sweet Loving by Sigala. I love doing that one. It's just very, very energetic and very fun to do.
Yeah.
And when you think that you're ready to make your next video, kind of how does it all come about? Do you sit down together? Like, tell us about your process of how it all kind of it comes together?
Well, obviously, we will have a kind of session where either, because with the first video we did, that was a Shawn Mendes kind of mashup thing, so we spent quite a bit of time working out how we would put it all together, things like that. So that was just us, and obviously help from our dad and things like that as well, on how we put that together. And then we recorded it all, so that was like a whole day of recording. And then what we tried to do was like picture out exactly how we wanted it to look. So we obviously thought of the location first, and whether we wanted it to have a story to it or just kind of be one of the kind of typical videos. So maybe in the future we might think about it more. But obviously for the first one we just had like a typical video where it was just like us lip syncing to the song that we'd previously recorded.
Definitely. And you've got to give us your top 5 tips for making music. Have a think.
Music.
Wow. Making music.
I'd say write down all the first ideas that come into your head, because if
write down everything.
If you just go, why was I thinking about that? That was a terrible idea. You never know. It could be an amazing idea. There are some songs that if you think into them, if you'd have written that song, you probably would have gone, well, that looks rubbish, whereas it's a hit song. It's obviously not rubbish, so just write everything you can down. Do you have anything?
I was going to say the easiest way to probably do it is think of the melody first, and then put in words. Obviously, people have their own ways of doing it, but the easiest way for us probably is thinking of the melody first. So just kind of humming a tune to yourself or something like that.
Definitely. And what if someone's listening right now and they really want to get involved, they want to start singing, they want to start playing music, and they're a bit unsure, they're a bit shy, they're a bit nervous, what kind of advice can you give to them?
Just always basically don't let people kind of take control of how you want to do it, because what actually makes the performance worse is if it's something that you didn't want to do. So then you're kind of just the whole time you're just thinking, oh, I didn't want to do this. Then that kind of reflects on the audience, how they see you, and they can obviously tell that you just don't want to be there. And the best way to do it is just make sure it's you are happy with what you're doing, basically.
Brilliant.